Hi friends, I just wanted to give you an orientation to the class website. Don't think that you need to memorize it or go through everything if you're feeling overwhelmed, but it's a hub with a ton of information that will help you throughout the year. So this is the landing page when you first start on the website. There's a video kind of explaining how sixth grade is going to work and various links you can check out. And at the bottom, you'll see this is this week's assignments. This will be updated every week. This is how you mostly can access your assignments in a way that makes the most sense. If you click on this link, week 1, it will bring you to the Google Classroom and only show you week 1's assignments, all of them. If you click on these though, each of these is your assignment for the week. And if you go ahead and click on this, it will bring up Google Classroom and bring up that specific assignment. This is where you're actually completing the assignment. If you go back to this filing cabinet system, if you click on the first or the second assignment, this shows you what the assignment is called. If you click on it, this explains what is required. Again, if you click on this, it will go right to that assignment in Google Classroom. And if you click on this, here you can listen.
Number 1002, a little about me.
And for every single assignment, I have put that in where I have just read what the assignment description is to help you. Again, here's your reading assignments, same system. So that's the home page. The next link I have that will change throughout the year, right now it's a virtual open house. So if you see in here, if you press this little grayed out box, it will open it up in a new tab and you'll be able to see it bigger. So this is our virtual open house. This has a ton of links. You'll notice right now that my mouse cursor is just an arrow. When it turns into a hand like this, it means you found something that is a link to somewhere else that will give you more information. So let's start on the left. Right here is a spreadsheet that will open up and it has everything I think that you could possibly think of in terms of questions and queries around Google Suite tools. So there's a section on Google Meet and Gmail and Google Classroom. So if you have a question, that's a good place to start. There's a ton of information there. This is a link to a video that I created that is a preview for the year we'll have. And then down here is my YouTube channel. Right here is a link to our weekly routine or our schedule. Right here is the grading policy. You can choose your own grade, and this is how you do that. Right here is that assignment filing cabinet system that I showed you. It would bring you to there. This is our Google Classroom if you want to go directly into Google Classroom. This is a parent survey that I would like every parent to complete. It would give me useful information about each student and make sure I have the most up-to-date contact information, etc. So I'd really appreciate it if parents could get that done as soon as possible. This will be turned into a link at some point. It's called Parent Square, and it's the new communication tool that the district is going to be using. They say it's going to roll out in the next couple months, so I will give you an explanation about that when I know more. And then this is a link to an app I made that has useful connections on it. Each of these kind of bubbles is a link that's useful for you, and there's an explanation on that app how to turn it into an app for your phone if you find that useful. And then this is just a link to our website. So go ahead and explore that and let me know if you have any questions. I tried to be proactive in answering any that I thought might come up. Back to the website, this link shows our weekly routine. And here you'll see the flow of our days. So by 8 o'clock on Monday, all of the work for the week is posted in Google Classroom at 8 a.m. This link right here goes into our Google Classroom. At 9:20, everybody is expected to be coming into a Google Meet. That link is at the top of our Google Classroom. Let me go ahead and see if I can show that to you. So at 9:20, you're expected to click on this link. That will open up Google Meet, and we can all check in. That is your attendance for that period, if you will. So make sure that you're doing that at 9:20 every day. If we go back to in-person as it's planned on September 21st, and you are one of the students whose families have chosen for you to be in person, you'll obviously be here. So don't be panicky about that if you're not up to the classroom by then, depending on how things go when we are in person. but everybody else is expected to do that. And anytime anyone is virtual at 9:20, you should be in this meet. So that is that. And then any of these boxes right here that look like, oh, there's nothing to do, that is time that I am available for one-on-one sessions, or which you might initiate, or I might ask you to join. It's a time that you're expected to be doing independent work that you'll have been assigned through Google Classroom. And every day there's also, it says up here, a daily attendance assignment will be posted to Google Classroom and must be completed daily. So that is another way that we are taking attendance. So you'll see it says, let's see if I can actually find it. You'll see that it says attendance Monday. And so click on that assignment and go ahead and do that first thing in the morning. Those assignments will only come live at 8 a.m. of the morning that they're due, and they're due by the end of the day. When we get to 10:50, we will have music with Mr. Soper. Initially, he's going to come into our Google Meet, or he may take over my Chromebook because we're all in the building, so that you don't have to navigate hanging up on our Google Meet link and going into his. But we'll show you how to access his Google Classroom and where to find his Meet, because eventually you will be going straight to his. So again, this is considered independent work time. It also might be time that I'm meeting with students one-on-one or in small groups. At 1:20 on Mondays, all of us are meeting. It is expected that you will have already looked at all of your assignments for the week, and you'll bring any questions you might have to that meeting. Know that if you have that question, somebody else probably has that question too. On Tuesdays, if you are male, you are expected to come to the Google Meet. Remember, that link is at the top of the classroom, and that meet will be at 1:20 with just the boys. On Wednesdays at 1:20, it's the girls' turn. So if you are female, you'll be clicking on that link and coming to a small group Google Meet. On Thursday at 1:20, all of us will be attending a community circle. So again, use that link at the top of the Google Meet and come in at 1:20. And then on Friday, instead of using that link, you will receive a private invitation for our social circle at 1:20 if all of your assignments are completed by noon on Friday, because that is when everything is due for the week. So you can look for that in Google Classroom. I will post that in the stream, which I'll explain more. And only those that are invited will be able to see that invitation. Down here, this yellow note says, note, every student is responsible for signing up for a one-on-one meeting with me once a week. Down here, you'll see, this is how you do this. Right now, there's no available slots because school has not started. But if you go over here, see how it says one-to-one, one-to-one, and then these community circles, social circle times. If you click on this one-to-one, you then can erase this or put your name in here and then save. And I will see that and send you an invitation to the Google Meet for your time that you signed up for. Moving on, if we go to the blog, this will at a minimum get an update every Friday when the newsletter is posted. Right now there are no newsletters because we haven't started school, but there will be one on September 11th talking about how the week has gone and what to expect next week. Here you can see there are some posts already. Here is our preview for the year. Here is the virtual open house I already showed you. And then here's the video that's from the front of the website explaining kind of how sixth grade is going to go down this year. I showed you on the homepage how to see the assignments, but there's also a tab up here for assignments. If you click on this, there's a button right here. If you click on this button, let's close some of these tabs. It goes here to show you your assignments. This is a bigger version of the one we saw on the homepage. If you click on this button, it goes directly to Google Classroom in that specific week. So here's the week. These are grayed out because they will not be live until 8 a.m. of that day. And then down here are the assignments that actually are already live. This looks overwhelming. That's why this filing cabinet system works so well, because you can click on an individual drawer. I'm going to start here. I'm going to open this one. I'm going to open this one. Then I'm going to work on math. Again, if you click on this link, it will bring you directly to the assignment in the classroom. So you don't have to look at that long list. There you go. So that's how assignments will work. If you click on here, this drop-down arrow, this brings you directly to the page that we're on. As we go forward, more of these drop downs will populate. We'll have week 2, week 3, etc. Just like if you're in kind of the main page of this, this says week 1, we will have a week 2 when we get there. Read alouds. Our first read aloud is going to be Schooled. It's a pretty interesting and funny book. You are welcome to get started, but we're not actually going to officially start this for a little while. But it is all there if you want to check that out. This is an About Me page that I really need to update. I have since cut my hair and hopefully can make better videos than that. We will see if I get to that. Resources. This is a ton of things. You'll see I'm going to probably add something here. This was to help you organize. You need to be checking your email daily. If you click on this, it'll bring it directly to your email. So check that daily. Here is a link to the weekly assignments. Here is a link to your Drive, which has everything you've ever created in Google is in here. And if you're trying to find a specific document and you can't, if you can remember one word from that document, anywhere in that document, and you put it in search, you'll probably be able to find it. So that is why that resource is there. Underneath is a list of, there's coding resources, reading/writing, science, etc. Those are anything from podcasts to gaming sites to kind of practice sites. So if you want to brush up on any of your skills, or if you have, say, a science question, or you'd like to listen to a social studies podcast, this is a good resource for you. And then lastly, this is the contact page. So I did talk about Parent Square in the virtual open house and how that will be district-wide. But in the meantime, I still needed to be able to communicate with you, obviously. So here is my email address and also a phone number that you can call or text, and you should be able to reach me. If you have any questions, get in touch. You now know how. And let's have an awesome year.